absolutely the best and the greatest and the most spectacular and the most perfect right now, because the goal always indeed is to be so. And you indeed are so. Message in communication is for SFL, spectacular, fantastic, likable. Now, as you are aware, this is a public presentation. This is Kaivan, your success facilitator. And thus, I'm presenting this presentation and I'm refraining from mentioning your name because I respect your privacy and I respect you. Now, the purpose of this presentation is to provide you with some real clarity as to where I stand. Note, now this is coming right from me and this is completely segregated because I am sharing my perspective just to provide you with clarity. So first and foremost, we look at the culture. I am a Canadian citizen living in India right now. What is the reason I'm living in India? Well, for that, you're going to have to watch my movie when I actually turn it into a movie, my life story. You're going to have to watch that, so we'll leave it that for now. Circumstantially, right now, I'm living in India. I met my friend JP, which is the other person engaged in our process here, on the 27th of July 2024, when I joined the organization, which of course I have chosen to head out of, because various reasons, as I have mentioned to you, most of the members there have a challenge because of certain perspectives that they carry, and most of them are dysfunctional perspectives. So having said that, now I shall touch upon the communication that I sent out to you some time ago. Now, I completely respect when you said you declined the offer and there was no point in meeting. Now, I am going to share a different perspective with you, and let's say, imagine for a moment, you responded with saying, hey, listen, I want to decline this offer and I have a suggestion whereby I can put an offer on the table which might be viable solution for all three people involved or engaged in the process. How would that be if your response or your revert would be that? I'm just adding a suggestion and a recommendation, because when you say, see, the thing is, we all want inherently something. Of course, if you do not want to enter the market, that's a different story. You can just say, hey, listen, I do not want to enter XYZ country right now because, I feel that I am well settled, I'm well established in my country, etc. So the thing is that I'm going to give you the format which really works like magic here. And it works so that we are working on some probabilities whereby we can work out a solution and an outcome which works or which satisfies everybody's outcome or wants. So for example, we are seeking the outcome that we are looking for right now is to get people from out of the country and introduce them to a humongous market, which is XYZ country. Now, of course, we go back to the $1 million question. What is it that you inherently want? You inherently want because what you want is of utmost importance. Now, having said that, only when we align what you want versus what we want, we have some creative winning outcomes for everybody in the equation. So first and foremost, coming back to the culture, I'm a Canadian citizen living in India. Circumstantially. What's the word? It's circumstantial. And thus I met my friend JP. And of course, when we connected in February of 2025, originally, of course, it was his idea, and I went along because the thing is, as you are experiencing right now, I am a superior facilitator because that is as true as we see the sun rise from the east. So to just for the purposes of clarity, we are still aligned, we are still friends. I personally genuinely care about you as a human being. I am always focused on creating superior outcomes for yourself, and the question I always ask myself is, how specifically can I elevate your reputation now? How can I cause your reputation to go way higher and shine like the sun shines in its glory? Because that is the only way, I believe, going forward makes sense. So again, SFL, spectacular, fantastic, likable. Please absolutely choose to believe now that I am your well-wisher. That's the first thing. I'm still your friend, and I always am going to wish the best for you. And if possible, if you're open to me facilitating successful outcomes for you, way more than where you are right now, because that is, of course, it's a choice you make, because that is always the primary objective. This is Kaivan Irani, your success, truly your success facilitator right now, because that is as true as we see the sun set in the west. So I expect that this is providing you with clarity. This is a public presentation, it's on the public platform. Thus, I am refraining from mentioning your full name right now, because I absolutely respect your privacy and yourself. Make it a pleasant and a phenomenal, and of course, you fill in the blanks, because remember, you always deserve the best.